This playthrough of Final Fantasy XII, The Zodiac Age, will contain profanity, profound statements, and lots of spoilers. I suggest only viewing if you are mature enough. Welcome to this episode of Final Fantasy XII. We are going to deal with the Marquis, and what comes with that. His Excellency, the Marquis, is otherwise occupied until sunset. Please, I will show you to the palace where you may blah 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 blah. Yeah, it's just a lot of cutscenes coming up. But we will be doing some hunts this episode, that's for sure. And some other random shit.
Sir Bosch von Ronsenberg, it was not so very long ago that I announced you had been executed.
And that is the only reason I draw breath.
So you are the sword he strung above my head. Vane has left not a thing to chance. And?
A leader of the resistance has fallen into Imperial hands. A woman by the name of Amalia. I would rescue her, but I need your help.
This resistance leader, this Amalia, she must be very important. You understand I've my position to consider.
Would you let us see Larsa? He's got my friend with him.
I'm afraid you're too late. Lord Larsa's cortege has already rejoined the Imperial detachment. I am told they will depart for Rabanastre upon the arrival of the fleet this eventide.
What are we waiting for?
You to calm down.
Captain Ronsenberg, surely the exigencies of position are not lost on you. Why, indeed, you should find the enemy's chains an easy burden to bear.
Wait. Sorry. Can't be helped.
Summon the guard.
Huh?
They are to be taken to Judge Geese.
Fuck that guy. The Royal Palace of Rabanastre.
Those decrepit basking fools in Arcades tie my hands, and look what happens. I tell you, this country's obstinacy knows no bounds.
The insurgents in Rabanastre operate alone at present. However, should they garner external support, the situation could worsen. We have found the counter-imperial elements in Bujerba to be conspicuously well-funded. No doubt Marquis Ondor is behind this. Ondor must be reined in.
By the way, the Marquis has written us a letter. He claims that he's recaptured our runaway. He's given him to Geese.
He will die by my hand.
Your fraternity is moving. Ah! Geese returns with Larsa. Tomorrow morning they will leave Bujerba. See him home safely, Gabranth. Now I'm expecting Dr. Sid. You may leave.
We must see the real thing, to be sure. Nabadis taught us much. Yes, it's well hidden. They'll be off chasing after shadows, the fools. Ah, yes. The reins of history back in the hands of man. Ah, Vane. You seem to be enjoying your job as consul.
I was kept waiting fully 2 years. What news of Arcades? Our honored members of the Senate.
Hard at work, as always, trying to find a dagger for your back.
They are welcome to try.
Sid is probably one of the more interesting characters in this game. Man, do I love these airships. They are just so good. So good. Now, honestly, the design is pretty epic. Dreadnought Leviathan. Shame that their naming convention's pretty
Prisoners, my lord.
crap.
Majesty.
After what you've done, how dare you? You're supposed to be dead.
Come now, come now. Have you forgotten your manners? This is hardly the courtesy due the late Princess Ashalia Benargin Dalmasca.
Princess?
Who named someone Benargin?
To be sure, she bears no proof of her former station, no different than any mean member of the insurgents.
The Resistance.
His Excellency the Consul asks the ministry of the dethroned royal family in restoring peace to Dalmasca. Those who foster instability and unrest, who claim royal blood without proof, they shall meet their fate at the gallows. There are no exceptions.
I will not play puppet to Vayne.
King Ramanas entrusted me with a task. Should the time come, he bade me give you something of great importance. It is your birthright, the Dusk Shard. It will warrant the quality of her blood. Only I know where to find it.
Wait. You took my father's life. Why spare mine now? You would have me live in shame.
If that is your duty, yes.
Stop being so stubborn. Keep on like this and you're gonna get us all killed.
Don't interrupt.
What?
Vaughn, that stone.
It was in the palace treasure.
Well, well.
Splendid. You've brought the stone with you. This spares us a great deal of trouble.
Don't give it to him!
You have to promise. No executions.
A judge's duty is to the law. Take them away.
My lord.
Lady Ash is to be quartered separately. Vayne Solidor, what fascination does this hold for you?
The one thing that gets me is how Vaughn doesn't even recognize his own princess. I mean, that's so bad, honestly.
So you were carrying it all along. The Fate's jest.
Tell these fates of yours to leave me out.
Keep quiet!
There was nothing else that I could do. You know that.
Oh, I understand. Honor, duty, and all that. I still can't believe that was a princess.
Keep quiet!
The Marquis has been busy.
Not lightly did I beg his aid. Listen, it's been a full 2 years. I alone have kept Her Majesty safely hidden. I doubted friend and foe alike. I could trust nobody.
You did your duty, and mine for me.
I'm getting her out. I need your help.
Of course.
Oh yeah. In saying that, fuck this guy. This guy is annoying as fuck. I'm pretty sure he's like significantly stronger than I. Oh, he's still 15. Man, he's. Nah, his strength stats what makes him stronger. That's for sure. I don't think there's any sort of items. I don't think there's actually anything of any worth in this place anyway. I do know we could just boost through this place.
Wait. A word of caution before we set out. See that red web of light spanning the passageway? It is a mechanism to detect intruders within the ship. Break one of those beams and an alarm will sound, summoning the guard. The alarm should cease after a time, but it's better to avoid drawing unnecessary attention. Come, Her Majesty awaits.
Fuck, that's annoying. It's probably one of the more annoying mechanics about this place. So, for the lava. They never stop coming, but... what do we got? Nope. They do change. We do have a map, but I see treasure. On go. Fuck. Now we run like a bitch. Whoops. There we go. This is not particularly amazing. We want to go that way. Actually, we're not that far from it anyway, so... Come on, come on. Item, potion. Not really worth it. I do know there are bloody chests in here. I will come back for them, stuff it. Come on, give me treasure, reflugger, not really worth it. Definitely not worth it. Look at that, eye drops. If I'm not mistaken... don't have the access key yet. That's alright. It's not the end of the world that we don't have the access key. Go to the hole. So this is one of the places where enemies will... I'm not going to say infinitely spawn, but it's going to be a case of eventually there's going to be an alarm that gets tripped, and there's nothing you can do about it. So look at that. Let's see how it wasn't there now that it was. It's irritating to say the least. Oh, gotta keep going. We could wait and wait for the cycle to swap, but that could take a while. And I'm not particularly fazed by the fact that we're going to get hit anyway. Pain in the butt, that's all that I'm going to say. Look at that blade. That's a shame you can't get that blade. At least I don't think you can.
Fear not their numbers. Take down the leaders and the others will follow.
Let's not put it on ×4. If that's the case, let's take on the Magus, because stuff the mages. Awesome. You don't have to, I'm not targeting the judges because it's a case of, everyone else is weaker. Awesome. Imperial Swordsman. The judges are stronger, but I'm pretty sure if you just kill the judges, it's like a case of it's not a problem. Level 12. Oh, look at that. Look at that. You're weaker, so... Well, not weaker, but have lower HP. Or manageable. For the love up. There we go. Now it should be really manageable. I mean, you could steal from them. Couldn't steal. Okay. No, you can't steal. I was 100% lying. All I'm gonna say is at no point should you ever stick a sword in the ground. Why? Just why? Oh. That's one thing that this game sort of fails in. It's that, the ending theme sort of... Not the ending theme, the victory fanfare. Victory fanfare. It's so disappointing that they don't do it, frequently enough. I mean, you get to kill plenty of bosses in this game, but, yeah. So let's rescue these little guys. You don't need to. rescue them. They just give you different dialogue at Kupo, not a word from you. Kupo, I know why you've come. Blah blah blah. Let's see what he's got. Oh, Vega, Assassin Dagger. Oh, I don't think. Yeah, Bangle's good. Yeah. I don't really feel like getting either of them. I don't care for those things. Got enough items. That's good. That's very good. The magic is... I mean, I don't need Disable, but... I'm tempted to get Avis Killer. You know what? I'm gonna get it just because I can. You'll see why soon enough. I want to give it to Ash. I want her to be the archer. I mean, she's probably not the best archer. Probably Varn or Baltherius, because I think it's their speed stats the highest.
You are unharmed?
Vossler,
Majesty.
It's nothing. I'll be fine. You...
Come on, let's go. What are you waiting for? Penelo's still out there.
We should hurry. They won't be long.
We will talk later.
Oh yeah, look at that. She does have, alright stuff, sorta. So, just because I can, I'm gonna do some of it now. I do want her to be the archer. I mean, I don't think the archer is the best role, but it's a case of I still want her to be the archer. That's right, I actually need to get the license. Oh, that is so bad of me. Short bow. Avis Killer, awesome. Yeah, it's not really amazing. I don't even know why she'd get all those. I was under the impression archers didn't exactly use, I'm only doing it because potion lore, and these are actually pretty damn good, honestly. Steel's pretty useful. Nah, I should probably go through and get, accessory 5. Probably should have gone the other way, but oh well. That gives me access to the embroidered tippet, which we're going to get one soon enough. Nothing over there necessary yet. So that's where a heap of good stuff is. Instead of doing that, we're going to go get the stuff that I actually need. Battle Lore does raise her damage, so it is useful. These are definitely the best out of all of it. Why not? Why not? It's not a really big deal. I don't see those as worth it at the moment. Give her steel. Why not? She will need... That is good. I don't think I have another windbreaker though. That'll ensure that that's good enough. Time to get some gambits. First aid is not worth it. Libra is, even though I don't think she'll be using it. I do want Poach. Poach is good. Poach is very good. I mean, there's a lot of cool things you can get from Poach. Charm. I have no idea how good Charm is, actually. Traveler. Ribbon. That's a bit of a weird place to put Ribbon, considering they were all the rest of them were down here. Ugh, they're not worth it. That's definitely not worth it. They won't be worth it because I'll be giving her a... what do you call it? A different role that has it, so we'll get it for free. Increase your damage, though I think that was probably a bad choice. I think you do have rise now, so where are the... Maybe I should invest in more gambits. I wonder if the rest of the gambits are up here. Nope. And nope. Oh well. And that's... Yeah, why not? I mean, that was a little bit of a... I'm not going to say it's a waste of time, but... Oh, I do have a windbreaker. That makes her fairly strong compared to... No, we'll just stick with these guys at the moment, and then we'll come back and we'll start using them later. Awesome. I'm surprised there's no music playing, honestly. System access key. That will turn off, oh, what do you call it? It'll turn off the alarm, which unfortunately we are going to activate. Yeah.
Majesty, we will cut your path.
I will not place my trust in the sword of a traitor.
Yet trust his sword we must, traitor or no. I see no other way. We track back, commandeer a ship, and make our escape. Her Majesty cannot abide weakness, least of all in herself. We must make her confront the reality of our plight.
If you're unsure what to do, well, I'm gonna say the best thing to do is to run. To run hard, run fast, and don't look back. You can't turn this, you can't turn this off. So it's a case of the best thing to do is actually, well, you can turn it off. You turn it off through a system access, which you can find up the stairs here. Ugh, so many enemies. Where is it? Fuck. Don't really want to take them all on. Come on. Don't be like this. Use system access key. Reset alarms. So it gives you 60 seconds of no alarms, which is great because it's super annoying to have to deal with that alarm. Oh, there's nothing worse, honestly, than the same, like, short repeating sound. Oh well. Time to, yeah. Leg it. Damn it, that is... I mean, I probably shouldn't be doing this like this, but there is, for the love of, no other reason. It's super annoying. Okay, so... Nope. Yeah, it's one of them things where there's so very little to gain by just following the beaten path.
Vaughn.
It's okay. We're okay.
Geese knows you've escaped. You must hurry. You are Captain Azalus. You will follow me. We must reach the airships before they do.
You would let us leave knowing who we are?
Lady Ash, by all rights you ought not even to exist. That you and Captain Ronsenberg were made to appear dead is like a hidden thread laid bare. Your actions hereafter will pull at that thread, and we will see what it unravels. This is our chance. We must see this through and get to the bottom of it. I believe 'tis for the good of Dalmasca and the good of the Empire.
Very well, then.
Thanks, Lamont.
I must apologize. Penelo, for you. May it bring you good fortune.
Thanks.
Let us go.
Awesome. So, like before, you know what? I don't want to listen to that, so we're not going to do that now. We will do that later. Much later. I mean, there is a... I think this is a boss battle. No, I could be wrong. I just didn't want to do a license board while listening to that beeping, because it's so annoying.
Such a great shame. I must confess, I thought you the one who would help us restore peace to Dalmasca. No matter, we hold the proof of your royal lineage. A maid of passing resemblance will serve our purposes now. As for you, my dear, the Empire requires you no more!
What was that?
A MacGuffin.
It
was 100% a MacGuffin.
Your Majesty does not disappoint. Ever quick to spurn an honorable surrender, as was your father.
You know nothing of my father!
Okay, so let's not do that in fast forward mode. Just because... Battle Harness. I wonder if there's something better we can give him. Not really. Yeah, so the thing that I... Diamond Amulet. Let's not give her the Diamond Amulet, and let's give her this. More defense. There's nothing we can really give Balthier to make him stronger, which is a shame. We're not giving you that. That's a bad idea. So we're not going to use these guys. We'll come back and use them if I die. Let's take that off the speed. Kill these guys first. They just become annoying. Like, honestly, a really, really useful strategy would be to try and inflict their status on... they're both leveled up. What are the odds? On Judge Keys. So something like Slow or Blind, if you had it. Now, you don't always have these things, so it's a case of... Okay. Chrono Tier gets rid of Slow and Stop. You can buy them later in the game, so it's a case of... Don't worry about saving them. It's a case of you don't really want to be slowed. Slow here is going to ruin you. Q is not going to be enough. Fucking Slow, really? The one thing... You can dispel it. I don't want to use the dispel mode. That's sort of useful. Okay. He isn't going to give me anything good. Yeah, I knew it. I don't think... I was going to use Decoy. That's probably not an intelligent idea. Let's use Protect. Yeah, that is a lot of damage. Silence is good. Getting rid of that Protect would be better. So if you wanted to use a Dispel mode, I don't want to use one because I don't really need it at this point in the game. And it's a case of they are quite useful, especially when you don't have Dispel yet. And this isn't a boss that I'm gonna struggle with. Awesome. Protect Shell. Okay, you know what? I was 100% wrong. I don't really want to deal with his Greater Barrier. At least he isn't physically immune. They haven't introduced that gimmick yet. I don't want to... This is one of those times where I know if I fast forward I'm going to get ruined. You know what? Just because... tired of it. Yeah. If I had someone with potion lore, I definitely wouldn't be using, Awesome.
We've secured an Atomos. Come.
An Atomos? All skiff, no ship. Hardly fit for a leading man.
So I can fly it then?
You're mad. Can't we go faster? Not yet. Has it gone too fast they'd have noticed?
Yet they all snuck and hid down. Usually you don't tell a ship by its passengers, you determine it by its model and certain other things.
Balthier, your handkerchief. I thought you might want it back.
I shall wear it close to my heart.
Perhaps you forget all that Ondor has wrought.
I do not forget, Majesty. It was by his counsel, dangerous though it may have been, that we were able to free you. You must meet with him, Your Highness, and give ear to his words. He may act in league with the Empire, but his heart is not.
It is as he says. I ought not have kept Ondor at so great a distance for so long a time. I have played the fool.
You were only being cautious.
Majesty, I would ask you for some time. On our own, we struggle in vain to restore Dalmasca. I must search out some other way. Until I should find it, I would have Bosch remain at your side. Doubt him you may. But I measure his loyalty to Dalmasca no less than my own.
I know you would not speak so lightly. Very well.
Keep her well. Go to Ondor and there await my return.
Cool, now we can actually go through the licenses of Penelo, which I think is awesome. Oh, I forgot her grid is super annoying. Nah, it's not that bad. What ended up happening was, I had a friend, he said he'd come over and help me plaster some walls in my house. And so what does he do? He rings the doorbell over and over and over again, even though he knows that I'm home. Fucking asshole. You know what, let's do that. Fucking hell, my house is an absolute... I shouldn't say it's an absolute mess. Essentially what happened was, when I purchased the house, it hadn't really been, I actually have one of them. It's not too bad. Hadn't been looked after for a long time. I'd say, give or take, maybe 20 years. And so it's not like there's a super large amount of damage or anything. It's just paint chipping, dings in the walls from, you know, nails or what have you. I do need gambit slots, but I don't think they're worth it. Magic Lore is, though. Magic Lore is definitely worth it. I'll go for the cheaper gambit slots if I can afford it. So what's my end goal for Penelo? It's a case of Penelo does have the highest MP stat, and I think the second highest magic stat. But I don't really care particularly for the magic stat in itself. Essentially, it really doesn't matter by endgame. You equipped an armor or two, and no, that's better. That's better. And you pretty much got max magic anyway, and you'll find that the level can compensate for a lack of a magic stat anyway. Fortunately, that is actually worth doing. I didn't want to do it because I know there's other stuff around here. Like, where is it? Nah, this is where all the accessories go. Yeah, there's a fair few magic potencies over there, which may or may not. That's a good idea too. That's where that is. I probably should have gone for that instead of going for. I'm pretty sure I have enough LP to get it anyway. She doesn't exactly get many health. That's worth it. 2 swiftness, eh? Charge is also worth it. So you can see I'm not really going for a certain or stuff it. It's not what I wanted to do, but I should have enough. So my black mage, the way I play Penelo as a black mage, I require I can't afford another one, so I might as well just go for the more expensive one. Oh, changed my mind. We'll go the cheap one. It's a case of here I go and regen. Not worth it. I use a lot of the gambits so that I don't have to do anything manually. That way I can sort of be slack when it comes to the black mage, because when it comes to the gambits you can easily just set it up to the point where you just leave it running. So what I'll usually do is, depending on if an ally needs a phoenix down or whatever, don't have enough what do you call it for that yet, but as you can see, all I do is go through each one, and I'm pretty sure I have water as well. I don't have wind. And then just use the corresponding black magic spell. I don't tend to worry about the status effects so much. Not that they're not good. Like, blind is super useful in specific situations, but it's again one of those things where if it's so specific and you're only using it for one thing, then yeah, like, it's not really that big a deal. One thing also is your gambits will work even if you don't have let's turn that off, or turn that on and change that to, she does get cure. So does Penelo, I think. What did I do? That was so bad. Charge. Idiot. So this way she just continuously casts magic, and then when she can't cast magic, she just attacks. It's super useful, especially later on in the game, when her damage is through the roof. That way, it's a case of when she does damage, she'll get MP back, and she'll get enough MP back that it will be equal to the spell. Cool. Looks like we get more cutscenes, which is a little annoying, honestly.
When Vossler learned my father had been killed the night of the treaty signing, he returned to Rabanastre, there to aid my escape. There was still time before Vane's reach extended too far. We thought that you could protect me.
However, when I then made the announcement that you had taken your own life, I must have seemed a model citizen of the Empire. The announcement, you see, was Vane's suggestion. Of course, at the time I was reluctant, but I could not perceive his reasons. Now it is clear he meant to drive a wedge between us.
Halim, we are past all this. Bushirba must stand with us. We can stop Vayne.
I once knew a girl whose only wish was to be carried in her uncle's arms. Your Majesty is a woman grown now.
Then Bushirba will aid me.
Suppose for a moment you were to defeat Vayne. What then? You cannot simply rebuild your kingdom with the only proof of your birthright stolen. Without that, the Grand Kiltias on Bo-Omises cannot and will not recognize your Majesty as the rightful heir.
I don't know why that's important.
You may yet be a princess, but without proof of your identity, you are powerless. You will remain with me. We do nothing till the time is right.
I cannot just wait.
Then what does your Majesty propose we do?
Uncle Halim.
Incidentally, what is the going rate for rescuing princesses these days? Food would be a start. The good stuff, mind you.
This can be arranged, though it will take some time.
Time enough for a bath, I hope. Dirty business, you know. Best bring a change of clothes, too.
What are you doing? This is Balthier's ship.
I'm going to retrieve the Dawn Shard. It's the proof that I need. I know where it's hidden. I'll return his airship later.
Are you crazy?
This is something that I have to do. Not only for myself, but for all those who have fallen. I will not be made to hide. I'll fight alone if I must.
You still have Bosch, right? Besides, you can't just go around stealing people's ships. What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to concentrate.
That's quite enough, Your Majesty. What do you think? A bit over the top?
In my line of work, you never know when something like this might come in handy.
I'm trying to concentrate.
I'm leaving you with the Marquis.
You can't!
Trust me, you're better off staying here.
Suppose you kidnapped me instead. You're a sky pirate, aren't you? Then steal me. Is that so much to ask?
What do you have that I would want?
The Dynast King's treasure. The Dawn Shard is but one of the riches that lie waiting in King Wraithwall's tomb.
King Wraithwall, you say?
Kidnapping royalty is a serious offense. It won't do much to lower the bounty on your head.
How much is the price on your head these days, I wonder?
Allow me to escort you in Vosla's place.
Will you be joining us?
What? Are you kidding? I don't want to stick around this place.
Then I'm coming too.
Penelo?
Don't leave me here.
Of course not.
Then it's settled. We should leave before the Marquis realizes she's missing, like proper kidnappers.
It's almost like they've done this before.
Dr. Sid, does this set Draclaw?
I have confirmed he receives funds from Lord Vane. His agency in the fall of Nabudis is also certain. Yet, with Judge Zecht, who led the assault, missing, the truth remains difficult to ascertain.
The long, cold years have clouded my eyes. I cannot see my own son's heart.
My lord.
This illness will claim me. So then, who is to be my successor? The Senate fears the capable Peregrine Vane. They prefer a young fledgling emperor. Gabranth, once in the past I laid siege to your homeland.
The Republic of Landis is long since gone. My allegiance lies wholly with the Empire.
Perhaps. But what of your brother? He did not accept us as you did. He fled to Dalmasca. Did you never think to follow him?
I follow his every move. He is an enemy of the Empire. He will be cut down.
So you would kill even your own brother for the Empire. Be that as it may, Gabranth, your ruthlessness is not without merit. But it must not become this way with Larsa. You must ensure that it does not.
So then you ask me to be his sword, to strike where he might not.
Rather be his shield. Gabranth, keep your close watch on Vane. His is the keenest blade of all.
My lord.
Do this for me, Gabranth. I could not bear to see my sons war with each other again.
Bit of backstory. I think Vane and Larsa had two other brothers. Oh, Wester Sand. Fuck yeah. But we are not doing this stuff. We have other fun things to do. I want to do some hunts, go exploring a little bit, maybe even unlock the bar and pass. Oh no, I'm not strong enough
This
to
come in handy often?
the bar and passage key yet.
It's tough being popular. Wouldn't want any admirers dropping in while we're away. Well now, that's as far as she goes. We'll be in yacht from here onwards.
Across the Sand Sea, to the Valley of the Dead, and to King Wraithwall's tomb below.
So when you're in yacht, skystones don't work at all. That's why we gotta hoof it the rest of the way, you see?
Happy you get to teach me something for a change?
Well, if you want to be a sky pirate, you gotta know your... Hey, what do you mean for a change?
Come on,
At least we
accept
thought
it.
to bring
I'm smarter
entertainment.
than you.
Oh yeah? Says who? You want to see what they think about it?
I wouldn't be so confident.
Pretty sure we can even buy some. Oh, I can get Kogarasu Maru. I think I bought that bow way too early. That's alright. Poacher's so good, but I'm not going to need it. Cura and arrow. You know what? I'm going to need to sell some shit. That's for sure. Oh, actually, before I even do that, because it's super retarded on my part. Yeah. Actually, not do that. I'm pretty sure she can equip the cherry stuff. I put a magic power even more, which is something that I want, and I can give her this. I mean, it's not amazing, honestly, but I think that equips silence. Oh, that's not. You know what? That's probably the best thing I can do for her. Let's go and actually sell some stuff. I don't need any of that, which is awesome because none of it's really super useful. And I need the money. So this is usually what I do. I go to an area, I get some good stuff, and then I end up selling it because it's just inferior to the stuff in the next area. It's a way to recuperate losses, which is convenient at the moment. No, let's not sell that. Because, let's face it, at this point I need it. No, damn. Wizard stuff. Don't care for it. Not really worth it. No, I won't do that. That's worth it. Oh, that is super good. I probably should have equipped that. Not worth it, not worth it. Awesome. So now that that is over and done with, I will kill a bow. So she's probably the strongest. Awesome. Awesome. So what we're going to do is oh look, it's the... No. I'm going to hike it back to... what do I call it? Yeah, after I get a cutscene or two from now, I'm going to hike it back to that glorious place and get me started on some hunts.
So, where exactly is Wraithwall's tomb?
Far to the west. We must first cross Yogir Yensa, and beyond that, the Nam Yensa, before we reach the tomb. An expanse of desert larger still than all of Dalmasca. We must pace ourselves. If you grow tired, we stop and take rest.
You don't have to worry about me. I'm tougher than I look.
You are at that.
In theory, I should be strong enough to... Oh, that's actually pretty cool. Let's change some gambits up. Change Kira to Kira. And I don't have enough gambits for you. And actually, I do have enough to get gambits on her. Which is what I should have done. I put it off, but that was a mistake. One of the things I like to do is, if I can, I set it up so that if an opponent's HP equals 100, I go and steal from them. It's not like it's the optimal thing to do, it's just a case of you get to a stage in the game where you sort of want more loot. And this is one of the fastest ways to get that done. Infuse. That's actually, and I'm not going to say it's a shit technique, but it's not one I will be using. So that is the Ogur Yensa, and this is Nam Yensa, which I don't like how they did this. I really don't like how they did that. They made this place isn't that difficult, and so I don't understand why they ended up changing it, which is sort of annoying. Definitely sort of annoying. Awesome. I think we're close to where we get Bowgun. Awesome. Sleep. Yeah, we're actually pretty close to where I want to be before I go back to Rabanasta. Little bloody...
A construct to draw oil from the ground. Abandoned many years now, it seems.
Did Dalmaskans build this?
No, the Rosarians. Their empire lies far to the west, ever at war with Arcadia. Heedless of the kingdoms caught in their midst. Dalmasca, Nabrodia, Landis.
'Tis the small craft's fate to watch the list of the galleons and pray for light winds.
Vosla, why are you here?
Imagine my surprise when upon my return to Bogerba, I find both you and the Lady Ash have vanished. I thought you above consorting with sky pirates.
Balthier is a man worthy of our trust, and it was the Lady Ash's decision. I am content to lend my arm, as I could not when Rasla died, when her throne was taken. Never again. I will defend her this time.
You walked the Knight's path. The Lady Ash?
We should leave this place.
Let me guess. Sandstorm?
Something far worse.
I see. So the Dawn Shard does lie in King Wraithwall's tomb. The Marquis sympathizes with your plight, yet the Empire perches as a carrion bird on his shoulder. He can keep whispers of your abduction silent for only so long.
Yes. Tell me, Vossler, what have you accomplished?
We leave at once. This is Urutan Yensa territory, and they are unfond of visitors.
They're little humanoid things. Super annoying. Super annoying. Not the hardest enemies to kill though. There's actually a really cool little side quest with
Looks like
them.
we've attracted the wrong sort of attention. Let's quit this place while we still can. Move!
Vossler! Have you found the means to restore Dalmasca?
First, we must claim the Dawn Shard. It all begins with that.
Awesome. So that's what I wanted to do, was get him as a guest. Not that I like him. I don't think he's amazing. I think the next guest is far superior, but teach their own. So now all I'm going to do is run back to Dalmasca and we'll start random stuff there, I guess. We'll try and do as much as the Barheim passage key quest as I can. I don't have the what do you call it, the strength. I might have the strength to finish it, but I don't have enough strength to go and do the Ithano to get a Deathbringer, which is what I'm going to do because I find it entertaining. So I'm just going to skip to what do we call it? The Sansi. No, it's not. Is it Sansi? The bar. Where the notice board is. While I was stumbling around, I forgot about this quest, the kitchen. You really need a vow to make this easier for me. Essentially, she is an interesting individual who wants to talk. Essentially, depending on your responses, depends on the item she gives you at the end of the quest. Usually, I would be the person to say that it wasn't a mistake to leave the forest. Essentially, it's a bit of a culture thing that you get used to when you progress to the Vieira Forest, which is a bit weird. So we've completed Thexterra and Wraith Neghog. So we can actually hand this one in. So I did this a fairly long time ago, which is awesome. So I'm pretty happy I did that one. The Flowering Cactoid, the Wraith. The Wraith is actually pretty close by. I'm pretty sure it's pretty close by. It won't take more than 2 or so minutes to actually finish. And it's actually super important, this one, because it leads to a piece of a amulet you get that helps you go take on Chaos, actually. To think the quest started so early in the game. What have we got? This chick here, Milha. You come about the wheel, wonderful. I was starting to think I'd posted it in vain. Not one to mince words, the boy shot himself in the house. Essentially, he's scared of a ghost, and we're going to go kill it. And it's pretty close by. So the main reason why I want to do this is I actually want to get through all the level 1 hunts if I can, before we continue on to Wraithwall's Tomb. I'm not 100% certain I'm strong enough, though. I'm a little uncertain about, not that one, this one. About taking on the rock tortoise and the cockatrice. They aren't the easiest things to kill. Ghost spawns in here. He's already stealing. I'll steal anyway. It casts Doom on you. So annoying. Glass Jewel. Oh, look at that. Doom is super annoying. Oh, I'm actually doing a fair bit of damage as Vaughn. It's not really going to do that much. It'll cast Doom a lot, and then that's it. Super easy. We are definitely way over leveled for it though. And that's, if you're worried about it, it shouldn't be a problem if those characters end up dying. Actually, you know what I didn't do? Oh, I'm an idiot. I think it's... I did get Raise. Probably, should actually equip that. So that's, another hunt down. You think you've done it, you defeated the Wraith. Ghost is gone. Haha, look at that little piggy. Gone for good, this man hunted it. Cool. Papa, these people got rid of the ghost for me. Blah blah blah. Looks happy, I'll admit it. Next part on you. And we got gauntlets. Gauntlets are pretty good. You can actually come in here and get the first piece of the puzzle for Chaos. Chaos is definitely one of the more interesting fights. Get the letter. Find the slot on the table. I know my days grow short. I regret only that I shall have not had the opportunity to return the item entrusted to me in all these years. I divided into 4 pieces, in hopes that it might prevent it falling easily into certain hands. I have enclosed the whereabouts of one. You should seek the owner to recover it. Stop the water flows. And that is the start of the Chaos's quest. I'm not going to go do that just yet. I think I'll just leave that for much later. And that way do it all in one go. Whoops. I think hopefully now we'll have access to all the other quests as well, so I can just go do them all in one fell swoop. which would be really, really nice, honestly. I don't really want to have to keep going back to Rabanasta. Look at that. Let's see what he's got. He said, how fast the hunt, Kippo? You're a hedge knight. Awesome. Look at that. Cockatrice and Rock Tortoise. So whenever you do a hunt for Matt Blanc, it's a case of he isn't the petitioner, he is just the notice board, so to speak. Which is sort of convenient. Good hunting. So these are like elite marks. They're actually probably as strong as the weaker level 2s. So obviously a weak elite mark for level 1 is probably as strong as a level 2. Probably. Maybe a little weaker. Maybe not. It's hard to say sometimes. Different enemies will decimate you in different ways. What have we got? So I only got 3. Oh, that's right. Talk to this guy. Is he over here? And he will add... want to thank you again. So now we get access to, I think, the 5th one. New bat cycles. So there's 2 more, and now 4 just reading the notice board 20, 40 times, which I haven't done yet. I think this is a good place to end. In the next episode, we are going on quests. We are going to be hunting everything we can down. I think if I go through the clan primer, if we go to the hunts, so we'll be doing the definitely the flowering cactoid, which is this one, and these 2. I think I might start with this one though, and then do the flowering cactoid, and then lead that into the Baheim Passage Key side quest, and do a bit of that. I'm not sure if I'm strong enough to do all of it though, because you get absolutely decimated when trying it, but it's so worth it to get it out of the way, and we'll get Wormfire shot in the process, hopefully, which would be super good for Fran. And then I'll leave these 2 for last, because I think this one is the harder one of all of them, actually. But oh well, that's it for me. I'm done. So I guess I'll just see you in the next one.